Hey guys, Dev with Crime Hive, and we're doing another segment on the Lori Daybell case. And this video is going to be about a recent theory that's been circulating around, and it's about possibly how Lori Daybell's children could have disappeared or could have been killed. So obviously we hope that they're safe somewhere and they're just being hidden. But a lot of the theories out there are suggesting that the children are deceased, are dead, unfortunately. So one of the most recent ones that has been talked about is we know that Lori took her children to Yellowstone National Park, and this was on September 8th, 2019. This was also the last time anyone has seen Tylee Ryan, the 17-year-old that's been missing in this case. Now, what people think may have happened is, if you guys don't know about Yellowstone, there are several hot springs that are active, and some of them are very warm. Some people will actually go swimming in some of these. Some of them are extremely hot. And when I say hot, they're as acidic as battery acid. And they have actually killed people. And if you're looking at this article right here, I'm going to narrow this down. If you're looking at this article, this was back in 2016. There was an Oregon college student. He just graduated from college. His body was dissolved after he fell into one of these lava springs, one of these lava pools. So just to kind of give you an idea about this story, this man was 23 years old. He slips into one of those pools, and literally people try to help and rescue him, but they already determined he was dead. Based on the thermal activity, they could see portions of his head and his torso were visible in the hot spring. So they left, and they came back the next day, and his body was dissolved. His body was just dissolved. And they concluded, because of the extreme temperatures, and we're talking about 199 degrees Fahrenheit. And I mean, this is, water's boiling. I mean, this is hot water, and it basically dissolves him. They could not find his remains, other than they found his wallet and like his flip-flops. So pretty crazy story. A lot of people, though, believe that this may have happened. They believe that maybe the children were pushed in to one of these springs. Now we know that JJ was still alive. He was last seen September 23rd, 2019. It's possible that Lori took him back to Yellowstone. And just to give you an idea of how close it is to where they lived, it's not very far. I mean, they lived in Rexburg, Idaho. It's about an hour and a half drive to Yellowstone National Park. And so it's very possible that she could have made multiple trips. Now, another thing that's interesting about Yellowstone National Park, and what I've learned from other media reports and such, there's this area in Yellowstone called Zone of Death. And some people, there's kind of these conspiracy theories out there, people that, of course, may believe in doomsday and, the world's going to end. People like that may believe this theory here with the Zone of Death. It's an area in Yellowstone National Park in Idaho that apparently there's nobody that inhabits this area, so therefore they believe that if somebody committed a felony there, they wouldn't be charged. And so they think it's almost some sort of constitutional loophole where they could essentially get away with murder. So there's a theory about that in that area. And knowing what Lori's beliefs were with this doomsday and cult type activity, things like that, it's very plausible that she could have been thinking along these terms. And so it's possible that both Tylee and JJ were possibly killed in this area. Now, we also know that Lori's brother, Alex, was on that trip. Alex has been kind of involved in Charles Vallow's death. He shoots Charles Vallow in the chest and kills him. He had tased Lori's other husband. And, Joe, I believe it was Joseph Ryan, tased him. So there's just these weird coincidences. Him actually seen in a photo with the children on September 8th, 2019. So the last thing I want to point out about this case is some people believe if they weren't killed, if the children were not killed, that maybe they were hidden in a bunker. And just to give you an idea of that theory that some people believe, I'm looking at this site by Vivos. This is X Point, and it is considered the largest survival community on Earth. This is in South Dakota. Just to give you an idea, people that are thinking along these lines, that are trying to prepare for the end of the earth and trying to be safe and have ample supplies, that kind of stuff, they're going to choose a place like this. There's a community, just to show you this picture here, huge community here. These are all underground bunkers. They've got supplies, they've got high-tech security, they've got guards. It's a crazy big project. And just to give you an idea of why they chose that location, looking at this map here, this is really interesting. That if you look at the map of the U.S., they've got these points like high crime, anarchy zones that are showing up, and then they've got like predicted submersion zones, all these different areas that could be potential high risk areas to live if some sort of pandemic or some sort of issue occurred and people needed to be in an area where they feel safe. And so you've got Vivos Point right here in South Dakota, very secluded, very secure, very safe type of area. And it's very possible that Lori has access to these types of groups. We know, with the cult activity, she could be in contact with some of these groups, and the children could be hidden, according to some people. The biggest theories, of course, though, like I said, are the children are deceased. I mean, there's just not enough evidence to show they're alive. There's more evidence pointing toward them dead, unfortunately. So again, it's a really sad case. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about these theories? What do you guys think what happened to these children? And comment below, subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Dev with Crime Hive, and we'll be back with another video soon. You guys take care.